Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny from RNU, and today we have Regan Mays with us. Hey Regan, how you doing?
I'm good, Doug. How are you?
Doing good. So give our followers a bit of what you're known for.
So I'm known for equine assisted activities and therapies, which means I'm known for working with horses and people who have disabilities.
That's awesome to hear. Glad to see you're part of it. Weren't you in some film as well?
Yes. So I also have been an actress in Hollywood. I've been in a couple films, a couple that have been on the cutting room floor, and a couple that you might be able to see.
That's awesome. I saw your IMDb and yeah, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Scottsdale, Arizona, but when I was 18, I moved to New York City to be a theater actress. And then I moved to LA to be a TV actress.
That's incredible. I'm actually going to live in a group home in Scottsdale in the near future.
Cool. It's a great place to live. I live here now. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. It's like the Beverly Hills for Arizona,
Oh,
a little
God.
bit.
Yeah.
So, what was your upbringing like?
Well, I have a mom and a dad and a brother, and my brother is special needs. He has cerebral palsy. So that's how I got into just working with special needs. And he did hippotherapy when he was a little kid. And hippotherapy is Greek, hippo is Greek for horse, and it's all about the movement of the horse as a therapy. So after he did that, he did skiing, he did biking. And so I grew up just being around the neurodiverse communities and here in town.
When you said hippotherapy, I was like, wait, aren't those wild animals?
I know. It can, everybody's like, you said what? You do what?
I was actually going to ask when you brought that up. I was going to ask, wait, how is he being therapeutic with wild hippos when they're the most dangerous animal in Africa?
And how are they here in Scottsdale?
Yeah, that too. But now I get it because yeah, hippos are Greek for horses technically. So I understood it. But that's really cool that he's doing that and that you're involved in that industry.
Mhm.
So what activities do you do for your treatment?
So for my personal practice that I do, I focus a lot on the body of both the horse and the student, and both unmounted sessions that are called equine assisted learning. And then I also do adaptive or therapeutic horseback riding. And when I bring up the body, I really bring up body awareness. So I also am a yoga instructor, and Doug, we've talked before, I combine yoga and equine therapy together. So that's what I like to do in the industry, but I've been in it for almost 10 years. I've done, participated, supported every type of equine therapy. So I could just go on for days about all the different types of services there are.
Like, what are the most notable examples, if you can think of a few?
So the first one would be the horseback riding. So adaptive riding is when you're teaching riding skills and you're just changing things like the type of saddle, or maybe you're using a horse that has special skills, or you're just changing the equipment to make it accessible. But therapeutic riding is riding where you're focusing on other goals like self-confidence, or maybe sequential processing, where you have to say, like, first I walk, then I turn, then I stop, but you're doing it on a horse. And another one that would be well known would be the unmounted work. They typically do that where you're loose with a horse and you get to go up and you get to touch them and breathe with them, or maybe you make them move around you. Those are like the two overarching types of equine therapy, and everything else is scattered in between.
That's incredible.
Mhm.
So, what's your barn like? Do they have to shovel in it too?
You mean like scoop poop and feed the horses and do the day to day? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a big part of what I do. Not every program involves the students. But I like to because I think that that helps to build responsibility and it helps to generalize a lot of skills that we're working on anyways at home, like taking care of yourself, having empathy, having patience, and the physical strength of being able to do things like feed the horses or clean the horse stall, clean water buckets. There are also cows and a pig where I teach, so we get to interact with a lot of different animals.
That's really interesting. Glad that you have those in place for people. How have they helped others?
The pigs and the cows,
Yeah.
they do the same thing the horses do. They just offer like a fuzzy, furry companion who's not judging you, who naturally is in a more grounded and calmer place than you or I might be when we're coming off of driving and phone and work and all the things that come at us today. So they just calm people down.
I see what you mean. What's your favorite movie involving horses?
Ooh. Let me think about that for a second. My favorite movie involving horses. So my favorite cartoon movie is Spirit by Disney,
I was actually going to guess that.
I actually have a horse now, and he looks like Spirit. So I think that's really cool. And then I always think of the old westerns. So I would say probably Blazing Saddles or Magnificent Seven.
Yeah, Blazing Saddles and Spirit are both my favorites. Do you notice that in Spirit, when the horses are running in the intro, the energy of the music intensifies? And when he's hopping over Bryce Canyon,
Yes, yes. The score for that entire movie is beautiful.
it's by Hans Zimmer, so that shouldn't be a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about Blazing Saddles is the fact that the bad guy keeps getting called Hetty Lamar instead of Headley.
There's just so many things about Blazing Saddles, from the writing to the acting, that I really appreciate.
And there's breaking the fourth wall, like when Headley's like, "Take me off this production" towards the end.
Yes, that is my favorite. As an actress, I do love when they break the fourth wall.
Yeah, yeah. It's just and do you know the scene where Mel Brooks's character is like, "What are you talking about? This is 1874. You'll be able to sue her." Remember that one?
No, I don't.
That's a line that he speaks to Hedley Lamar, and that's an inside joke because Hedy Lamar actually sued the production for using Hedley.
Look at you with your facts. That is so interesting.
Yeah. When I read about that, I understand, protection of privacy and all that, but you got to consider it's a Mel Brooks movie, you know?
Yes, yes, I do.
Like it's not supposed to make sense.
Right, right. Take it with a grain of salt and a sense of humor.
Yeah, just grow a pair of humor. So, yeah, what are your hopes so far for the next year with your equine stuff?
Well, I hope to expand the populations that I work with and also support the program that we share space. And I share, it's their horses in their space, and they are already doing work with veterans, and they do a lot of team building stuff with corporate businesses. So I'm really excited to like just expand who I'm working with and what it is that I'm doing with these. They're an amazing couple. They're a cowboy and a cowgirl. Like, it's the real deal. And that also makes me very excited because we're in Rio Verde where there are mountains. And so we can go trail riding, and it can be as close to the authentic Blazing Saddles, Magnificent Seven experience as possible, complete with cows. So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Just be careful to not get yourself sued by the production for privacy. Just kidding. You'll have a great time doing that.
Yes, I would. I do look forward to bringing in production and like capturing it and what it is that we're doing. That's always been a dream of mine, is to create a TV show, a documentary just about equine therapy, people like you, what it is that we do.
Yeah, I'd love to help with that any way I can if you're
Yeah,
willing.
yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm really good with marketing and creating flyers and advertising. Like, that's my specialty.
Good. All the detail oriented stuff that I struggle with.
Yeah. So if you ever want my help, hit me up.
Thank you.
Or I should say, in this case, ride me up. Yeah. That's all we have for now, but we thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you, Doug, and thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll definitely bring you back on in the future once things continue to roll with you.
Sounds like a plan.
And hopefully next year we can do equine work again.
Yes, and then we can show videos on it here.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So where can people find you, Regan?
Well, people can find me over email and that's it. I don't have social media. And as you know, my website is under construction. And so I am email only. And if you want to post it in the video, because I can spell it, but it might be easier for them to just copy and paste it.
Yeah, for sure. So give us the email.
So the email is Regan, which is spelled Regan, Marie, Marie, therapies @gmail.com.
All righty. So everyone, please check her out through that email on what she does and hopefully get yourself some equine treatment as well. But first, consult with a professional doctor. So everybody, we'd like to thank Regan for coming on, and we'll see you next week for the next episode of RNU.